Good morning, friends. Today we are going to the pumpkin patch. We've not been, and we're going to go to Fort Harrod, which is, I think, the first settlement of Kentucky. We went last year, and I'm pretty sure we vlogged it last year. If we did, I will include that, just so you can go back and see it, because it's been a very little. It's been a little bit over a year since we went to Fort Harrod last year. How many times can I say that? But when we went, I told the kids to wear a short sleeve and a long sleeve because, you know, it's cooler in the mornings and then it gets hot. Well, Miss Wendy didn't listen to me, and she wore a long sleeve, like a workout material shirt and a hoodie. And I don't know who designed workout material shirts. Maybe a lot of people don't agree with this. I know some do. But they are like the worst things ever. They're supposed to help heat escape, but to me, they feel like they just hold it in. Yeah, I like running in them in the wintertime, but in the summertime I can't even wear like the tank top versions because it's too hot. But anyways, she wore one of those, a long sleeve under a tank top. So needless to say, about halfway through, she told me, she said, I feel like I'm gonna get sick. So we thought she was actually getting sick, but we got her to sit down. She took off her coat, hoodie, whatever she was wearing, and I like kind of pulled up the back of it to let her back cool down, and she was fine. So after that, we went and got her some water, and then we took her to eat. She was completely fine after that, so she just overheated. So short story long, she asked if we could go back there this year because she said she didn't really get to enjoy everything last year, and probably even before she really got sick, she probably had already like kind of shut down. I know that's how I am. Like, I'll try to talk myself through stuff and I don't even really know what's going on around me. So I told her we would go back, and just so happens that that town has a pumpkin patch. So instead of going and driving like the hour or whatever it takes to get there just to go to Fort Harrod, since we did go last year, so it's not like as new and exciting to us, I figured we'd go to the pumpkin patch in that city as well. So we're gonna do that. Probably be about an hour before we leave, but I figured I'd go ahead and do an introduction, because if not, I probably wouldn't have one. And of course, we're gonna bring you along with us because, well, it's memories and we like to capture those. So that's what we're gonna do. I did, like I said, I already washed my hair and I've got it pulled back in braids so that it could maybe be dry, maybe, and I could do something with it, make it look halfway decent. If not, we can always throw it in a bun. But and I went ahead and put on some makeup. Yeah, well, I guess we'll pick you back up whenever we are going there, up there. I don't know. We'll probably stop and get some lunch before, because nobody likes cranky kids that need food. Or I don't. Anyways, I mean, I love my kids, but when they're grouchy because they're hungry, when they're hangry, it just hits different. And especially when you're hangry too. So we'll probably grab some lunch and then we'll see where the day takes us. So what happened to the other one? Oh. Hey, buddy.
Ted's gone.
Hey, buddy. Oh. I'm scared of him. He feels disgusting.
That's not a prank.
What I found. I told you. It's
That'd be
coming.
good with my shirt on.
Yep.
My main case.
I'm sorry. Wendy, welcome to the family.
Hi there. How are you folks today? Besides not being able to speak. Say hello already. This is our gun shop. And I guess that makes me the gun maker. And this is kind of what I'm doing right now. Working on a rifle that I might just lose the screw to. I'm working on a manner of firing as rifles that were actually made and used back at that time. And it's going to be a dandy when I get it done. I've got about 90 hours on it. Started off looking like this. Stock blank, came out to about here and went up to about here. Triangular kind of affair, and then it went on out to about 7 or 8 inches on past that muzzle as like a 3.5 inch square. All wood. At that point in the game, it was probably twice as heavy as a finished rifle would be. And 90 hours later, this is kind of what it's looking like. So I'm rather pleased with it. If I could just get this. I lost the original to this, and I've just made this one today, and it's a slow process, which it was when I did it originally.
Yeah, go ahead.
The sign tells about Barney Stegner, who was killed by natives. The Kentucky River came through all over the territory in giant roads called...
You missed out.
I've already been in there once.
℃𝙁 is being chased, and an excellent place.
You got any idea what it is?
Okay. Look at that. You want to try it, Bubba?
Oh, the ring talk.
Sure.
Finger almost got it. This was like one of the best parts, other than the mansion.
What mansion?
It's really just a house. He said, what mansion? I said, that one over there. It's really just a house, ain't it? But back in that day, it would have been a mansion.
This cabin, the home of Mark McGowan and his bride Betsy Dunn McGowan, depicts the average home of an American citizen of the Revolutionary War period. Betsy's cord cherry bed, its homespun mattress and feather tick, the trundle bed. William Poe cabin. William Poe, who was the cousin and husband of the famous Anne McGinty, was the handyman at Harrod's Fort. He made noggins, biggins, trenchers, bowls, paddles, chairs, spinning wheels, and looms. But he did not confine his skills to their needs. He also made the first plow that turned the first bluegrass sod in Kentucky, plus the reap hooks, hemp hunches, water yokes, and other items indispensable to pioneer farming life. Today, the cabin houses our broom maker.
We're going in there.
Go ahead.
Kentucky. The school replica at Fort Harrod looks as though Mrs. Jane Coombs, a Catholic from Maryland who taught at the first school,
That has
might appear
ABCs
any
and
moment.
stuff in it.
Ring her bell and summon the 4 children to their lessons. There they sat on fruit luncheon seats, singing their capitals.
What is it?
Oh, the art.
Yes, sir. Don't touch it, my break him off.
Hello. How are you all today? Great. Where you guys from? Okay, not too far away. I make the little rag dolls in here, then I also take care of the herbs and wildflowers inside the fort. But today I'm working on my rag dolls, which I worked on my butterfly garden yesterday. The 31st is the last day for the interpreters until next April. So I try to get my plants all winterized and ready for winter before I leave. I don't know if I'm going to make it this year or not. But anyway, they'll be there when I get back, I reckon. But anyway, rag dolls would not have been common out on the frontier for the lack of fabric. But I have read where it did mention them, but it just said rag doll. So I have no clue what their version of a rag doll would have looked like. The one I make is my version. And she is made in the same pattern as the little corn husk doll on the mantle. Corn husk dolls were first made by the Indians, and they taught the settlers how to make them. Most people did live outside the fort. That's why they were here, to claim land and build their own homes. And dads were gone a lot, because dads had to hunt for food. Wild game would have been their only food source. So when he was gone, Mom had to worry about protecting her children. And sometimes the only way she could do that would be to run and hide. But now the fort did have scouts. One of the big name scouts who was at the original fort was a man named Simon Kenton. Several books has been written about him. And so if anything was sighted, the scouts would send messengers to warn the settlers if they had time to do so. So if Dad was gone hunting, Mom had that warning, she would have taken her family to the fort. It was attacked numerous times, but it was never breached. But if not, she would have to run and hide with her children. The older children knew to be quiet. They were scared. Little ones have no concept of danger, so they would have no clue what was going on. So Mom needed a distraction for those kids. Now, when it spoke of rag doll, it just said rag doll, so I have no clue what their version looked like. But it would have been something so unique and unusual that they were not used to playing with. It would have definitely gotten their attention. Now, whenever they came out of hiding, usually their homes were burned, because the Indians thought if they burned their homes, they had nowhere to go and they would leave. So whenever the mother would get her children to somewhere of safety, she would always take the doll away and she'd hide it. That way they soon forgot about it. And if she needed to use it again, it would have been special to them. So that's the story I've read about a rag doll. So cool, huh? I was reading they call them hush babies. And this is what they look like when they're finished. Something similar to that. But like I said, cloths would have been so rare. Some people only had the outfit of clothes they had on. I was telling a family not long ago, had a little boy with them. And I said, can you imagine? I said, every day you had to wear the same clothes. You would not have clothes to change into. He said, that suit me just fine. He said, I hate changing clothes. And George Rogers Clark was a very famous military leader before, and he became commander before the Revolutionary War. Even he was commander of the Kentucky militia. And George Rogers Clark and his men were sent here to protect the fort and protect the pioneers as they're getting ready to go out and live on their land. And George Rogers Clark was stationed in one of our blockhouses, so we've got upstairs set up as his headquarters, which you're welcome to go upstairs and check out. And right up there is a distress horn that they actually blew to warn of danger. Now, it doesn't work anymore. Parts are missing, but it's one of the few pieces we do have from the original fort.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you're welcome to go on in there. We have food preservation, so things are drying, and there's a big salt trough.
don't like it, do you, Susan?
I don't like it. It's crap.
Quite a bit like in one chair. You might know it. Probably.
What's that? Thank you, Rob.
Come on, Bubba.
Is that why I have like a wooden style?
This is late 18th century now. And this is the Mansion Museum. We wasn't allowed to record or anything in here, but I love this place so much. When we came last year and seen it, it made me absolutely fall in love with old homes. Like, as soon as we left, I told John I needed to find me one to renovate. I just loved it so much, but I couldn't record in there, like I said. And then this is the little Lincoln cabin. It has Abraham Lincoln's parents' cabin of some sort on the inside. You'll see that in a minute. But I think I am going to end this video here at the end of this. And then we will pick it back up tomorrow for the pumpkin patch, because it's going to be a very long video and I'm trying to keep them less than 20 minutes now. Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you all next time. And as always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Bye, guys.